MrMaple.com. We're here in some of our 10 gallons today to talk about Acer pictum Usugumo, sometimes referred to as the Batwing maple.
Hey, I'm Tim at Mr. Maple, and we greatly appreciate you watching our videos. Please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, as well as sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com.
This is a really cool tree. We're going to take a close-up look at some of this variegation. Usugumo gets a creamy swirling variegation, almost with those reticulated margins. Really interesting. So let's zoom in for an up-close look. So here we have a close-up look at Acer pictum Usugumo. This batwing maple has a large round leaf. The species is actually from China, making it very heat tolerant. We're a big fan of the Acer pictums for their durability in the garden. This one has a fun reticulated foliage. So what that means is that each leaf has that little etching through it. So you can kind of see it's almost like a Ghost series if you're familiar with the Ghost series maple. Each tree has that little etching line throughout each individual leaf.
And the leaf itself is almost like a bat wing, and that's where it gets the name of the batwing maple. Sometimes it's known as the painted maple, and the Usugumo, being that it's so variegated, really does match the painted maple's name quite a bit as well. But this tree is just going to give it a lot of white color in the landscape, and it's really going to show up really well.
Really fun foliage and very large leaf. This will have that rounded look. It makes a great complement texturally to other Japanese maples with smaller foliage. Really fun, nothing quite like it in the garden. As you can see there, you can see on that one specifically why that's called that batwing maple. Just really cool leaf shape. Lovely variegation. These are actually a little past the spring color. This is more of like mid to early summer color. These have been in a greenhouse, so they leaf that just a little bit early here in our 10 gallon sizes. Really fun style variegation. Often as this one is first leafing out, it has some bright pinks over top of that green, and you can see a great picture of that on MrMaple.com. And you can see the Usugumo's under U if you won't have any trouble spelling it, or you can just look it up alphabetically.
Yeah, the Acer pictum is a plant that I love quite a bit. It's real hardy in the landscape, as Matt was talking about. So this is going to be a tree that does great in containers. Fantastic tree all around.
We're here in one of our 1 gallon houses. A very popular item for us at MrMaple.com are these Acer pictum Usugumo. These are some of our 1 gallon sizes. Amazing colors on this. We talked a little bit about the spring color, which has splashes of pink overlaying on the green and white. The fall color typically is red with golden yellow throughout it to orange. So it goes through a lot of color changes in the fall as well. You'll see a full spectrum of colors across that interesting palette. Really fun size leaf too for all those color changes.
An Acer pictum Usugumo is a slower growing tree. In 15 years, it'll end up being about 8 feet tall, very dense habit. Makes a great upright tree in the landscape to give you a lot of white colors. If you have a real shady area, it can really brighten up that area, as well as it can also handle a little more sun in certain parts of the south and up north as well. Usugumo is a really rare tree actually in the landscape and the garden. It's very difficult to propagate, so you don't see it often found in nurseries. But here at Mr. Maple, we've got plenty of these available.
Often quite difficult to graft, as the inside of the tree can be a milky substance and it's hard to line up. So it is a little bit tricky to produce, but a very durable tree once produced for sure. Has a lot of great uses in the landscape. I would say anywhere you want to plant something really awesome, this goes great, because this tree is going to show out and give you a really interesting color. It is definitely a talking piece in the garden with that batwing style maple. I'll definitely say that one way to get kids into gardening is anything with a critter name. So tell kids this has a batwing maple, and that's definitely going to be the ones your kids want to check out.
Yeah, this is a fun tree that's going to go well in any parts of the landscape. I love it because it's so unusual and different. It's going to be that focal point that everyone talks about in your garden and landscape for sure.
Here's another close-up of the variegation on this tree. Often described as almost a spooky style variegation, as it has that swirling in it. You may have seen some of those older videos on our YouTube page where we're dressed up like Batman and Spider-Man for Halloween and go over this tree. Quite a fun one. We get some laughs over that one still. You can overlook my dirty fingers too, as I'm a working man on this one. But here's a close-up too of that fuller leaf on the 1 gallon size Acer pictum Usugumo.
Here we are at Maplewood Gardens, and we brought you here today so you could see the full form and shape of Acer pictum Usugumo out in the landscape. As you can see here, it makes a nice upright tree with a nice spreading habit. This tree's just beginning to leaf out, so it's actually going to get a lot fuller, a lot denser, like some of those trees we were looking at the nursery. And you see here, it's just going to give you a lot of amazing color. It's really going to pop in the landscape and garden for sure.
So there we have a quick look at Acer pictum Usugumo, the batwing maple. definitely check this one out on MrMaple.com. If you'd like to support our YouTube page, you can definitely shop on MrMaple.com. That's a great way to support what we do here. We do ship all the time through Mr. Maple anywhere in the continental U.S. We actually add 10 new trees every Tuesday at 10, so check back with us. We send out weekly emails with 10 new plants. That comes out every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So definitely check that out for a lot of fun and interesting new plants. We greatly appreciate all of your support, and thanks so much for shopping with Mr. Maple and watching our videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. So definitely like and subscribe and comment. We're loving those comments. We get a lot of great suggestions for future videos from those comments. Thanks and have a blessed day.